Hello and welcome to round 3 of Cyanide Super Formula Challenge. We will be racing here in the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal, a renowned venue for Formula 1 fans alike. As we see 6 lights warning coming on, and soon enough those 6 empty lights will fill out. We are currently at 5, 6. And as the lights go out, away they go. 17 drivers, somebody just making it onto the grid after the lights have gone out. Down into turn 1 we go. Whoops. And it looks like most drivers... Oh, a little bit of a contact at the back. We see a little bit of carnage for the last 3 placed drivers. Usually the last drivers are the ones that are able to avoid contact, but not this time it seems. And Nathan Oda gets a fantastic getaway, and Ollie Mobs losing out to Victor Benner. Victor Benner having a blisteringly fast, good getaway even, putting himself up to P7 already. With Johan Karolczak losing out on the race start, plummeting down to 10th place. Oh, as we see Juan Gramache having to take to an escape road. Surrendering that place back to the French. We see a free wide moment down the main straight between Victor Bernard, Ollie Mobs and Johan Karolczak. Johan will probably want to regain his qualifying position. Ollie Mobs on the offensive manages to get by Victor briefly, but can the Spaniard out drag him to the next corner? But unfortunately we'll have to back out. The way these corners are set, and Victor Bernard spins. As I was saying, Victor Bernard would have to. And we have a contact, quite the massive pile-up of cars here. How many involved? Victor Benner back in the pits. Juan is involved as well. The race just not going his way. Victor Bernard, after such a wonderful start, is unfortunately pretty much out of contention for any good finishing positions. It's already on lap 2, so no... Oh, nip and touch between Ollie Mobs and Johan Karolczak. Ollie Mobs probably should have backed out of that way earlier. It just cost both of the drivers some much needed time as Tuki Gonzalez swapped places with Roland Justin back to P5. And it looks like Isbrand has made a mistake of his own and put him well under pressure from Sean Fitzgerald. Sean keeping nice and tidy. Has the inside for the following chicane, and that will be moved on, dusted, but Isbrand tries to stick it around the outside of the chicane, manages to stay within Sean. Somehow not ending up in a massive collision, but Sean just able to still make do with the space he was given and pull ahead of Isbrand. However, all of that battling between the two. Oh, Isbrand was looking down the inside of Sean into the chicane. Oh, and there's a massive tank slapper for Isbrand, which also, oh, little bit of Roland Justin. Classic case of driver not holding it brakes, at least that's from it looks like. But massive tank slapper from, who was it? It was Isbrand stopper. Isbrand stopper has led to a collision for Roland Justin, completely ruining his race at this stage, with Isbrand retaking P3 from Tuki Gonzalez. Isbrand escaping relatively sound from what could have been a race-ending mistake. And Francesco Livraghi. Oh, and we see Isbrand stopper. What happened as I was looking at live timings? This is going to be a race ending for Isbrand stopper. That was a serious crash, and I can only suspect that was a touch with the wall of champions. Again, now Nicholas Shiren is on the attack against Ollie Mobs. Camera, please. Ollie Mobs keeping to the inside into the chicane, preventing the track titan driver of a pass, but finds the space needed to dive down the inside of Ollie Mobs. Can he get the drive? In fact, he can't get the drive, as Johan Karolczak now gets by Tuki Gonzalez down the main straight. Race 1, Nathan Older taking the flag on the start-finish straight. What a drive. Did not put a single foot wrong. Nathan Older wins the first round here at Canadian Grand Prix, with Sean Fitzgerald taking home the fastest lap and second place. Johan Karolczak, through all trials and tribulation, takes home a P3, a result he was most not likely expecting, taking away from Tuki Gonzalez in P4. Roland Juster comes on P5, a good recovery drive after the trials and tribulations of the opening laps of the race, with Ollie Mobbs taking home P7. Nicolas Sharon takes home P6. Michał Szydlecki will come through in P8. Imran Shaikh in a good P9 position, with Juan Gramaj, another driver who has been in quite a few incidents, some self-inflicted, some just bad time, bad place, will come across the line in 10th place. The quality you guys are providing, as we see 6 lights coming on, 5 lights on the track, and the lights will go out. Juan Gramaj gets a better exit this time, less wheel spin for the Spaniard, securing himself a good position for the track. And we see a little bit more nip and touch here, but way cleaner, nobody facing the wrong way this time around. Drivers behaving as with Nicolas Sharon coming across the track. This will end in tears for anybody else, not even for Nicolas. It was a we see Tuki Gonzalez take to the wall, being flung in as many different ways. That will be a race pretty much, well, not as much over as one could say for the IPK Arrows driver. It's less to do with the physics of Assetto Corsa, it's mostly to do with the way this track has been set up. And Zipstar right into Francesco Livraghi, recovering from a spin, driving right into the driver. Not something you really want to see, as Imran Shaikh now attacking Juan Gramaj. Through the chicane, Juan being barged out of the way. Has been sent to the shadow realm. Nathan Older trying to defend against Johan Karolczak. Johan able to just squeeze on by. And Sean Fitzgerald promoting himself up to 5th place. Further down the grid we have Zipster in the ground as Juan retakes P1. Into the chicane, not leaving much space. Imran is forced to take a cut across the track. Sean Fisher plummeting down the order. Something must have happened to the American driver. Didn't quite catch that on the stream. It could be something to do with the incident involving Juan Gramaj and Imran. 3 drivers line astern. Who goes later on the brakes? Not later than the driver on the front. Insane reactions by all of the drivers involved. And as the standings say, Ollie Mobbs is P1. In fact, he is not. He is stuck behind Victor Bernat. Victor Bernat in P6 position. Once the standings. And we have Ollie Mobbs facing the wrong way. Little bit of a dangerous situation, and it's now Roland Justin's turn to retake the lead from Imran. Imran switching to the inside, putting his nose. Dangerous, and we see Imran car turned over. This could be a little bit of a dangerous situation. Luckily, most of the drivers able to make it by without much incident. But by God, that was a hefty incident. Good call on the admin team not to increase the damage from the original. To the back of Johan Karolczak in 4th position. last of the late breakers. Livrangi just makes the corner. How did he do that? That was quite the ballsy move, but he made it work, outbreaking Juan and doing it within the track limits. Juan repaying the favor and attempting around the outside maneuver, or inside, turning into a little bit of a space not left by the Italian driver. As we see Victor Bernard getting past his rival. And we see drivers Imran into the pits once again, and it's Sean Fitzgerald and Isbrand Stoppa most likely coming together and wiping out any progress they have made in the race thus far. Let's get on the attack. No can do. Francesco taking a lot of curb, somehow keeping control of the car. And down the inside sends the pole on the Italian. Good move, very committed and very decisive maneuver from the pole. Oh, a little bit of a slide for the Italian driver. Almost collecting Isbrand Stoppa. Not another point of contention that the Dutch driver wants. Ooh, that was very late on the brakes from the Francesco. Trying to recover it. Is unable to and takes out Sean Fisher. That was 100% on the Italian driver. Looking up his front wheels. Careening into the rear end of the Dutch driver. It seems to be like Sean Fitzgerald exploits a mistake most likely committed by the Dutch driver. The Dutch driver has the pace but just unable to gain the consistency to challenge for the position. His pace definitely shows late on the brakes for Ollie Mobs, much later than his counterpart. Sean Fitzgerald himself going by Isbrand Stoppa. Consistency, he will be a championship contender for sure as he goes down the inside of Sean Fisher into the wall of champion chicane. Sticks the move, but is now under attack from Sean Fisher, who saved the push to pass for the following straight. Getting by Isbrand again. And this is the kind of strategic battles that you have to think with these super formula cars. It's not as simple as let's just go here, DRS. And will we see a repeat? And it seems like we will see the repeat. You can see on the standings the orange means push to pass is activated, and Isbrand is moving by Sean Fitzgerald. And will Sean do the same? And it looks like Sean might actually be running less aero than Isbrand. And that push to pass just barely giving him the speed to get on by the American driver. Roland Justin, a veteran driver of Formula Supremes, is wiser to that. Roland Justin, little bit of a slide. Nathan giving that scare into Roland, a proper scare into turn one, forces Roland into a mistake and secures himself the first position. Further on back, Sean managed to get on by Isbrand, both of the drivers choosing to save the push to passes. Giving himself one final push to pass down the main straight, 2 more corners left, wall of champions avoided. Nathan Older will come across to win race 2. It's a double, it's almost a full sweep for the British driver. 2 wins, pole position, almost maximum points for the British driver. Roland just missing out on that top spot. Victor Bennett takes final podium, and Johan Karolczak avoiding most of the carnage, able to secure 4th position. Juan Gramash will take home P5, is still a good showing for the Spanish driver, with Ollie Mobs taking P6. Sean Fitzgerald, after trials and tribulations alongside Isbrand Stoppa, takes P7, P8 respectively. Shedletsky secures more points for BMW Sauber with P9, with Livragi scoring 1 singular point at the end. Artem Bielavsev, where he started, he will finish in P11, with Rinkan Shikimo coming home P10. 12.